Hi guys, I'm Katie. I'm an occupational therapist at Big Blue Canopy. I wanted to talk with you guys today about some pre-writing skills. For my first Facebook Live post, I talked to you guys about different tactile mediums you could use to work on pre-writing and writing skills, such as shaving cream, Play-Doh. You could work on filling a cookie sheet with flour or rice to work on writing letters. So today I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about how those skills develop and the order that we tend to learn our pre-writing strokes. So first we're going to just talk about skill development. So our kids tend to learn our pre-writing strokes and letter writing by imitating, copying, and then being able to ideate. So what that means is initially our kids will be able to imitate. So they see you do something and then they can do it. So the child watches the adult or a peer draw a line or a shape and then they're able to do it. So on this video, that's what you're going to see. Draw a line down. So notice that she uses her non-writing hand to hold her paper still. We want to make sure that we are encouraging our kids to hold that paper still when they're doing any kind of writing or drawing. It's going to help decrease frustration and allow them to have better refinement if their page is not moving all over the place. The other thing you want to notice is that we're making sure that we're starting at the top of the paper and going down. We always want to encourage our kids to go top to bottom and left to right. This is how we teach our reading patterns for kids. We read top to bottom, left to right. So when we're making shapes, lines, and letters, we want to always go top to bottom, left to right to reinforce this pattern. After your kids can imitate, then they're going to be able to copy. So on this one, I drew a line down or a vertical line on a piece of paper and put it in front of my daughter and then asked her to draw what I drew. So she's not going to get to see me do it. She's going to have to look at the line and then remember how she made the line or try to problem solve how to make that line. So she looks at the line and then she makes the line without me giving her a visual model of me doing it first. So after they can copy the line, then they're going to be able to start ideating. What that means is they can pull that muscle memory, they can pull that information from their brain and remember what that line or shape or letter looks like without having you either draw it for them first or showing them a picture. So they're able to pull that information from their head. So you could tell them draw a circle and they can draw a circle. Draw a line down, they can draw a line down. So that's what we did on this one. So she has no model, no assistance, just she had to remember what a line down was and then how to make it. Again, we want to make sure we're reinforcing as we're working through those skills, imitate, copy, ideate, that we're going top to bottom, left to right. We also want to encourage our kids to do circles and circle scribbles in a counterclockwise manner. So they always want to go in a counterclockwise pattern when you're doing circle scribbles or circles. So what order should we teach and how do we show pre-writing strokes? So at about a year of age, our kids start to imitate scribbles. So you pick up a crayon, draw on a piece of paper, they pick up a crayon, draw on a piece of paper. So they're imitating what you do. They're scribbling. It doesn't really look like anything. They're not going to be able to do any specific lines or shapes at this point, but they're watching what you do and trying to imitate it. At a year and a half, we're going to start to see our kids to do more spontaneous scribbling. So they're going to pick up a crayon and start scribbling on a piece of paper on their own without having to have a model or somebody show them what to do. At 2 years of age, we're starting to see more imitation skills develop, more refinement. We're seeing them be able to start to imitate that vertical line or that down line. So you draw it, they're able to draw it. We're also seeing them start to imitate circular scribbles. So again, we want to encourage these lines top to bottom and those circular scribbles in a counterclockwise pattern so that they're doing circles around and around and around, and they don't have quite that control to do a definitive one circle yet. It is very much a circle scribble where they're going just around and around and around. At 2 and a half, we're seeing that they're imitating a horizontal line, so now we're getting that line across. and they're starting to put those strokes together. So they're starting to learn that horizontal line. They know they can do a down line. They know they can do an across line, and they're starting to figure out that they can put those lines together. They're not going to be able to do it well yet. They're not going to be able to make an X or a cross or a T yet, but they're starting to try to get those lines, and they're drawing intersecting lines. At 3 years of age, we're starting to see them copy a circle. So you show them a picture of a circle, or they see a circle and they can draw a circle. And then they're imitating a cross. So you can see how some of these skills overlap. You're not going to get them to imitate all of these shapes or lines and then copy them all and then ideate them all. They are very much overlapping and intertwined. So they may be copying one thing but imitating something else. So at about the age of 3, you're seeing them be able to look at the circle, copy that circle, but they're only imitating a cross. They're not able to copy a cross yet very well. At 3.5, we're starting to see increased tracing skills. So they're starting to trace shapes and diamonds, but you'll see that while there's definitive sides to the shape tracing, they're not getting those definitive corners. So it's more one stroke going all the way around that diamond. And so you're getting those rounded corners and roundedness in the corners. You're not getting that definitive, this line stop and getting a good corner as they go down to the bottom of the diamond and then stop and then start coming back up. So it's more one quick stroke as they're trying to trace the diamond, and we're not getting any good corners at this point. At 4.5, they're starting to copy a cross. So now they can look at that cross and they can copy that cross. Or at 4, they're able to copy that cross. At 4.5, they're starting to copy a square and trace the cross better. So that refinement for being able to stay on the line and trace something is getting better. And they're also starting to be able to look at a square and draw a square. At the age of 5, we're starting to see them copy triangles. So we're getting more of those diagonal lines in. They're getting consistent with being able to draw diagonal lines, which comes in at about the age of 5. So that's one of the reasons when we teach handwriting, a lot of times we teach capital letters first because they tend to have more straight lines. And also they have more letters that have just vertical and horizontal lines, which are typically easier to learn than letters that have diagonal lines or curved lines. So we try to sometimes teach those vertical, horizontal lined letters first because those are the lines that our kids learn earlier and have down better to start working on handwriting versus doing diagonal letters or letters with curves. That's all I have for you guys today. If you have any questions or you have any topics you want us to address, please reach out to us on our Facebook page or on our website. And we hope to see you guys all back tomorrow. Have a great day and stay healthy.